Greetings, Earthlings. Namaste. I am very excited to share this practice with you. It is a breathwork sequence that is very invigorating and very stimulating, so I wouldn't recommend doing it at the end of your day, but it's a fantastic way to start your day, or a great way to do a mental energetic reset in the middle of the day. I also wouldn't recommend at all doing this sequence if you are on your menstrual cycle. If it's completely new for you, then it's gonna be a little bit strange and a little bit challenging. So you really have to listen to yourself and just do what you can. It's totally okay to take breaks, but my recommendation is if you just feel triggered or you just feel resistance because it is new and strange, to just smile and see if you can continue to go deeper into it and start to enjoy it more as you go. Because sometimes it takes time to get used to these things and to move through that mental resistance to really experience the benefits of it. So let's get started. We're gonna start in a seated position. You can just take and I'm sitting on a cushion. I would recommend that too, maybe. And we'll just take your hands together and rub your hands together at the heart. And we'll tune in with Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Awesome. Now you can take your hands to your knees and we'll begin with some circling. And this is just a great way to kind of loosen up your hips and lower back. So we'll also start to go ahead and connect your breath with your movement. So we're breathing in through the nose as you come forwards, breathing out as you go around the back. There is a tendency for people to take this stuff way too seriously, and that really crushes the fun out of it. So let's have an open mind and an experimental mindset. Good, and let's treat this as play instead of work. In case you didn't catch it, I have changed directions. So go ahead if you haven't already and change the direction of your circling. Just a few more. Excellent. Now come up sitting tall, and we'll take your hands in to hold your shins closer to your ankles, and we're just gonna isolate the lower spine right now. So we're tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards, and we're beginning a light, energetic sniff in and out through the nose. So we're going in, out, in, out. Notice my head and my chin are remaining pretty stable as my lower spine is doing this movement. Good, now breathe in and sit up tall, hold the breath in. Lifting and squeezing the pelvic floor and focusing at the third eye. and release. Great, now take your hands out to your knees, and we're gonna do a very similar movement and the same breath, but this time we're focusing on more the upper and middle spine as you sniff in and out through the nose. So it's like you're moving your heart forwards and backwards. Good. Big breath in, hold it in, squeezing Mula Bandha to squeeze the energy up to the center of the brain. And releasing. Good. Take a pause and just notice how you feel. We'll take many pauses in between exercises in the sequence to just notice and feel. Cool. Moving on to our next exercise. This one is a twisting breath. So you can either stay seated as you are, or you could try sitting on your knees for this one. And we're gonna take your hands and put your hands on your shoulders like this so that your thumbs are on the back and your fingers are on the front. And this is kind of a wild one. It's an energetic in and out through the nose breath, just like before. You're breathing in as you twist to the left and breathing out as you twist to the right. Let's just really go for it for about a minute here. Ready, set, go. Good, complete that one. Take a big breath in the middle. Hold it in, sitting with a tall spine, the chin tucked slightly in, and the back of the head reaching up, squeezing Mula Bandha, directing energy up the spine. And when you're ready, go ahead and release and take your hands down to your knees, palms facing up, and just take a few breaths, noticing how energy is moving in your energy body. Or just noticing how you feel. Awesome. Now we're gonna just go ahead and come up to your hands and knees. So we'll come to all fours for some more spinal movement. You'll notice in this class we're doing a lot of spinal movement. You can think of your spine as like the energy highway from the lower chakras to the upper chakras. And so spinal movement is a great way to move the energy. So you can go at whatever pace feels good to you. I'm doing kind of a moderate pace. Breathing into cow, breathing out to cat. And I'm gonna speed it up here in a few repetitions. But the pace that you should go is always the pace that feels right to you. Good. Next time you breathe into cow, pause and hold the breath in, squeezing Mula Bandha. And then tuck your toes and exhale as you lift the knees, lift the hips, and move backwards into downward facing dog. And downward facing dog is actually an inversion. It's a posture that is included in almost every yoga class ever, but a lot of times people don't think about it as an inversion. But your head is below your heart, so take about 10 deep breaths right now just to enjoy being upside down and allowing oxygen-rich and nutrient-rich blood to nourish your brain. Lengthen out your spine. And settle and relax into the pose. Excellent. When you're ready, you can come on back down, and we're going to come back to seated. So maybe grab your cushion if you're using one. And get comfortable. We're going to be here for pretty much the rest of the practice. So the next exercise is, we're actually starting to do the breath of fire now. We kind of already were doing it, but we're really intentionally doing it now. So we're breathing in as you lift the shoulders, and a powerful breath out as you drop the shoulders. So in, out, in, out, in, out. And the breath of fire is this. You are using your diaphragm and your abdominal muscles at the navel point to pump the breath. You're mainly focusing on forcing air out through the nose, but depending on your experience and comfort level with this, you could also do a powerful in-breath. But if you're a beginner, let's just focus on the out-breath. And again, if you're on your menstrual cycle, don't do this. Anytime a teacher is teaching breath of fire in class that you're in, you can just, stay connected with the intention, but without actually doing the breath physically. You could just imagine it and do it energetically. That's a thing too. But if all is well and you're down to try this, let's do it. So we're breathing in, out, in, out. We're just gonna do this for about a minute. So you can see how my belly is moving. The belly snaps up and in on the exhale. And it can be a little bit strange at first, but the more you practice, the more it will become familiar and you will come into a rhythm with it. Just a few more. Good, now shrug the shoulders, breathe in and hold it in. And exhale, relax. So that was for moving some of this energy up through the neck. Now, if you have any history of neck injury, then let's just do this for the next portion. Just breathing in as you turn your head to one direction, breathing out as you turn it the other way. If you don't have any history of neck injury and you want to, you can do a big circle with your head. I would recommend that you don't really drop your head way back like that. You can just kind of pretend that you're drawing a big circle with your chin. Good. Changing directions. Excellent. Now, we're going into the heart of this practice, which is 3 rounds of breath of fire for 2 minutes each round. And each round we have a different dynamic posture that we'll do. This is where the practice does become more challenging. If you're new to breath of fire, 2 minutes at a time is a lot. So do your best and consider it a practice and just see what it does for you. When it gets really hard, see if smiling helps. And there was something else that I wanted to say, but if it needs to come up, it'll come up later. So here we are. This is the first movement. I'm just gonna pretend like you're banging conga drums as you do the breath of fire. Okay, so here we go. I have to set my watch here so I can make sure that we're actually doing 2 minutes. Ready, set, go. Good, so take a big breath in and hold it in. Squeezing Mula Bandha. And just hover your hands out in front of you. Gazing to the third eye. And then relax. Just keep your hands hovering above your legs, above the ground. Just feeling the energy moving between your hands and your lower body. Feeling your connection to the earth. Excellent. So I remembered what I was going to say. It's just that if nothing else, you can think of these sets of breath of fire with these dynamic postures as a mental pattern disruptor. So if you're just always engaging in the same cycles of behavior, same cycles of movement, and same repetitive thought patterns, then you're not giving yourself a lot of opportunity to have new experiences or to have new thoughts or new feelings. And so if nothing else, these sets of breath of fire that we're doing, these Kriyas, are mental pattern disruptors. It gives you an opportunity to be open instead of stuck in the same patterns, same habits. So the next one is the same breath, but we're doing this motion with your arms. So for me, I like to kind of come into a rhythm where I'm doing the same phase of breath when my arms are in the same position. So like exhale, 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 exhale. Okay, so here we go, 2 more minutes. Just do your best. Breathe in, open the arms out wide, palms up. Hold the breath in. Squeezing the pelvic floor, focusing at the third eye. And relax when you're ready, palms up. Take several deep breaths. Aware of the spaciousness around you. Infinite space out to your left. Infinite space out to your right. In front of you, behind you. above you and below you. Awesome. Now we're going to do one more set. This one we're kind of focusing on this area, this arc, energetic arc around the head, and this is the movement. So we're alternating which hand is on top. We're going from arms out, arms overhead. And so depending on your speed of breath of fire, you may just be inhaling here, exhaling here, or you may be exhaling, 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 and the inhalations obviously come in between. So depends on the pace that you're going. Let's do it. 2 minutes. Here we go. Just a little bit longer. Try not to think, just do. Oh, we're done. So breathing in, hold the arms out. Hold the breath in, squeeze energy up. Keeping the arms out, exhale. And then inhale with the arms up, palms facing each other, and really squeeze energy up to the center of the brain, focusing at third eye. And exhale and relax. Take your hands down to your knees, palms facing up. And just sit and notice. The more you do this practice and practices like these, the movement of subtle energy in the energy body becomes less mysterious. You start to understand how it works through experimentation on yourself, your own vessel, and learning to tune in and listen to the body and understand the feelings. That is something that only comes through practice, time, and experience. These practices help us to get through those layers of the mind and the body to tap into your infinite potential, to connect with your authentic soul self. So when you're ready, you can just come to lying down on your back. It's always a good idea to practice some deep relaxation when you're done. If you want, you could put a pillow under your knees or any props that feel good to you, and just let your body open up. We're gonna now allow energy and fluids to just move on their own. Trusting that everything that we did in that practice moved you in a positive direction. And now you don't have to do anything. Just let your mind be open and spacious. Let your breath happen automatically on its own. If you want to relax longer, of course you can. But I'm going to wrap this up now. If you want to wrap your practice up with me, let's start to wiggle the fingers and toes. And you can bring your hands and rub them together. Also lift your feet and rub the bottoms of your feet together. And bring yourself back to seated, however you want to get there. And just take a moment as you conclude this practice. This is a big transition. This is a rebirth. And before you go back out into your day, before you go back out into the world of interaction and tasks and chores and activities, just take a moment to allow yourself to stabilize in this new state and set an intention for how you want to use all of this energy that we have harvested, harnessed, and stabilized. And you can take your hands together at your heart with your thumbs at the sternum. And the eyes are closed, but focused down the nose at this area around the energetic heart. And we'll seal with a big Om. So breathe all the old air out. Breathe in. Satnam. So I really hope you enjoyed that practice. It's a fantastic way to reset your energy or start your day. It's always something that you can come back to. You could do it as a 40-day sadhana or daily practice, or even a 90-day sadhana as an experiment to really give it a chance to see how it transforms your consciousness and how it makes you feel over time. So again, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for doing that practice with me, and I will see you again soon.